You know, I gotta give the Jays a round of applause on this day because they came out right away and wanted to win this series, and they showed it in the very first inning. Now, first off, J-Happ had a pretty rough first inning, gave up a run, but don't you worry. We go to the bottom of the first inning. Jose Bautista gets on base, and then the heavens open up. Josh Donaldson absolutely obliterates a pitch from Chad Kuhl. It leaves the ballpark. His 16th home run of the season. It is 2-1 Blue Jays. Now, we're not even done yet. But the rain subsided, the clouds went in, and we were good to go for the rest of the ball game. For some reason, the dome didn't close because they wanted more rain. And they got more rain from other sources. That's right. Still in that first inning, the Blue Jays were on fire. They were on everything Chad Kuhl was throwing. You know, Justin Smoak right up after that drills a ball to the wall, off the wall. Justin Smoak, that's a double for him. Morales strikes out. Zeke walks on 4 pitches. And then Ryan Goins. Okay, let me get this straight. So Ryan Goins is up. There are 2 runners on. What does that usually mean from Ryan Goins? That's right. He doubles down the right field line, scoring 2. Blue Jays lead 4-1. Then, on a fielding error, Pilar moves up. This was the play to David Freese. He kind of just whiffed on the ball. It gets into left field. Ryan Goins moves up to third. Pilar at first. This play this was a great play for the Blue Jays. Rafi Lopez strikes out. Pilar on the move. They throw it to second. Goins takes off for home. They cut it off. Fire it home. Goins safe at the plate. That's right. The Blue Jays score 5 runs in the very first inning. Does that remind you of 2015 or what? Oh, I missed that. I missed that so much, and we saw a little bit of it today with a 5-run first inning to give the Jays the 5-1 lead, and J-Happ settled down and cruised the rest of the way. He did have a little bit of trouble in that 6th inning walking a couple guys, but he got out of it no problem. 6 innings, 4 hits, 3 walks, 1 run, and 8 strikeouts through 6 innings. J-Happ was dynamite, and so was the bullpen. Danny Barnes came out, gave you a clean inning of work. Leonel Campos came out. He got you 1 guy and then lost the strike zone, walked a couple batters. Don't worry, Ryan Tepera comes in, gets 2 outs. And then J.P. Howell in the 9th inning goes a clean inning. No problem, no hits, no walks. Good stuff for J.P. Howell. Good to see him come out and throw a clean inning of work. But the Jays weren't done after that first inning. Darwin Barney hits a 1-1 count deep to left center, and it clears the wall for his 3rd home run of the season. That made it 6-1 Jays. And in the bottom of the 7th, that's right, smoke bomb! Yeah, get out, get out, get out. Everybody take cover because Justin Smoak obliterates the pitch, hitting from the right side. For the first, I think, 2 or 3 at-bats of the game, he was hitting from the left side. New pitcher. I think it was a lefty, so it was Wade LeBlanc. Was it Wade LeBlanc? Anyway, some pitcher comes out and faces Justin Smoak. He switches to the right side, and he drills his 32nd home run of the season, making it 7-1 Blue Jays. The last 2 games, now I understand yesterday was kind of like a gong show defensively for the Pittsburgh Pirates, but you got to make them pay, and the Jays did yesterday. They made us pay in Game 1 for Ruff Snyder's mistakes. You know, we made them pay yesterday for their mistakes, and today the Blue Jays just outslugged the Pittsburgh Pirates to win the series, and the Blue Jays are now 5 games under 500. They've won a couple series in a row. They're playing decent. Like the last couple games, if you're looking at the pitching staff-wise, you've only given up 3 runs in your past 2 games. The pitching has been great. We obviously saw Chris Rowley yesterday do a really, really good job in his outing, and J-Happ and the bullpen today were fantastic. Now, this kind of stretch is going to be a big, big, big stretch for this ball club. Why do I say that? Well, you look at the teams you face, right? You look at the teams that you're trying to catch. Now, I'm not saying we're going for a playoff spot, but this team has won a couple games in a row. They're showing a little bit of fight. Let's see what they can do. You look at these teams you face. You face Tampa Bay at home. Again, like we said in yesterday's video, they're a team that you have to catch. They're a team that's higher than you in the standings, that if you want to get a playoff spot, they're a team you have to go through. And you play a 4-game series against them starting tomorrow night. And then you go to Chicago to face the Cubs. That's going to be an interesting 3-game set. And here we go. Then you go back down to Tampa. So in the next, what is this? 10 games, you play Tampa Bay 7 times. So this could be a big stretch for the Jays when it comes to catching the Tampa Bay Rays, climbing the standings. And then after that, you face Minnesota, the Twins, another team that if you're trying to catch, that's a team you want to catch. You face them at home, then you take on Boston and Baltimore, and then there's other teams that you need to catch. But in the next, 4 series, you're facing in 3 of the 3 series, those 2 teams are teams you have to catch if you want to climb back into a playoff spot. Now, it's not going to be easy, obviously, but you've got to take it 1 game at a time. That's all we can do, all right? And like I said, starting tomorrow, we face Tampa Bay. We got the Rays in town. Jake Odorizzi, and it looks like Nick Tepesch in Game 1. Might be a little tricky, but you never know what can happen with the game of baseball. You really, really don't know. Game 2, Blake Snell versus Marco Estrada. If we can keep seeing the Marco, I mean, we've heard that he's kind of been on the waivers right now, but we can't think of that right now. He is a Blue Jay right now, so focus on that. He's pitched very well in his last 3 outings. You're facing Blake Snell with an ERA of 4.69 and an 0-6 record. Again, a guy you can beat, but again, you never know what's going to happen. Game 3, it's going to be Jake Faria on the mound for the Rays, who's having a fantastic season against Marcus Stroman for the Blue Jays. Obviously, he's having a ridiculous season. And the finale of this series, like we said, I think it was yesterday, Chris Archer in the finale against Chris Rowley. That's going to be a very interesting matchup there. But, look, Tampa's a team that you're not going to blow out. You're not going to beat them 10-1. You're not going to win 7-1 for that matter. You might, but it's not likely, especially against the Blue Jays where it's going to be a tight, close affair. So these games are going to be very nail-biting, and we just don't know what's going to happen. So that's why we got to take it 1 game at a time, focus on it. Let's get the job done. Like I've said before, enjoy the wins. Enjoy these last couple games for the Jays. Enjoy the big bombs from today. And then tomorrow, let's move on to tomorrow, all right? So you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you guys enjoyed this video and you've enjoyed this last couple of games because they've been fun to talk about, hit that like button. I do appreciate that. Hit that subscribe button if you guys have not already. Comment down below what you guys think of J Happ's outing, the first inning for the Blue Jays, and your expectations of this 4-game set against the Rays. I want to hear what you guys have to say, and we'll talk to you guys, like I've said, tomorrow night, 7:07 first pitch. As of right now, Jake Odorizzi, Nick Tepesch, Game 1 of this 4-game series against the Rays. Here we go. Talk to you guys then.